Hey guys, welcome back. Today on The Untidy Artist, we're going to make some felted acorns. I love how bright and colorful these are. It's a really fun way that you can decorate for Thanksgiving and for fall. So let's grab some supplies and get started. Now the first thing you're going to need is some wool, and you'll want wool that is specifically for wet felting. I buy mine on Etsy. I do know that there are a lot of craft stores that carry it. You can see it comes in these big, almost like strips, and you can pull apart the fibers, and it's just perfect to use for wet felting. It comes in a lot of beautiful, beautiful colors. Like I said, I'll put links below to where I purchased mine. I love how soft the merino wool is. You just want to make sure that you have wool that's specifically for wet felting. Then you'll need some acorn tops, and I actually have trees in my backyard that have acorns, and so I sent my little boy out back and he got all of these for me. I know a lot of you might not have access to these, so I'll put some links below as to where you can buy them online. Okay, the next thing you'll need is a glue gun, and of course I have mine set on low. You'll need a little container to pour your hot water in. This is a little metal container. I like that it keeps my water hot. You'll need a nice fluffy towel so you don't make a big wet mess. And then I have a bowl for hot water and a bowl for cold water. We'll be dipping our felt back and forth. And then I have my tea kettle, and I've already warmed up a whole bunch of water. You'll also need some dish soap, which I completely forgot to show. Any dish soap from your kitchen will work. Okay, let's get started. So I'm going to take my towel and place my two bowls on my towel. In the first bowl, we'll be pouring our hot water into that. So in the second bowl, I'm just going to take some normal tap water, some cold tap water, and pour that in the second bowl. Then I'm going to fill up my little pitcher with some hot water from my tea kettle. During this entire project, please be careful not to get burnt. And then I'm going to grab my wool roving, and I'm going to hold it firmly with one hand. And with my other hand, I'm going to gently tug at the wool. What we want to do is loosen up the wool fibers. And I pull off just a couple of inches, depending on how big or how small you want your acorns to be. You can see that this piece that I pulled off kind of just fits in the palm of my hand. It's a few inches long. And then I'm going to separate all of those wool fibers. You want to be able to see through the wool fibers. You don't want any big, thick pieces of the wool showing. We want it as loose as we can get it. Then I'm going to take my dish soap, and I'm going to put a couple drops right in the middle of my wool. And then I'm going to wet my finger with hot or cold water, either's fine. And I'm going to start working the wool in a circular motion right in the middle. And what we're doing is we're forming this into a ball. So I take my fingertip and go in a circle, and then I use just the tips of my fingers to keep forming that in a circular motion into a ball. We want it to be very, very loose. So it'll be nice and airy, and it almost looks like a cotton ball. You want it to have that same consistency, light and airy. And once I have it at this point, I'm going to hold it over my first bowl. And remember, very, very lightly, don't smash it. And I'm going to take a tiny bit of my hot water and pour it right in the middle of my little ball. And then I'm going to gently, gently start to roll it. A little bit more water. What we're doing at this point is getting the basic shape for our ball. And we want it to be really airy. If you smash it down at all at this point, it'll put lines in your little ball, and you won't get a smooth ball. Now, after I've rolled it around a bit, I'm going to put it in my hands and shake it a little bit, and then I'm going to toss it from side to side in the palms of my hand. This is going to help us form it into a ball. So I'm going to continue to go through these motions, and you can see at this point, it's still very airy. If I don't use a lot of pressure at all, very, very lightly handling it at this point, just rolling it in the palms of my hand. And I'm going to continue to go through these motions. So shake it, roll it in the palm of my hand, a little bit more hot water. Roll it some more, shake it some more, toss it back and forth. And once you can feel it start coming together, I'm going to put it in my cold water and gently press it around in the cold water. And then I'm going to go back to my hot water and those same motions. So hot water, roll it, toss it back and forth, shake it, and you'll see it start to bind together, and you'll feel it becoming more firm. Now, as the ball starts coming together and the fibers start coming together, you'll gradually be able to use more pressure. In the beginning, make sure that you're just going back and forth with all of those steps, rolling it, shaking it in your hand, tossing it back and forth, and using a very light touch in the beginning. Now, if you get a little line in yours, what you'll want to do is take your dish soap, and you're going to use a tiny dab of dish soap on that one part. This will help loosen up the fibers a little bit right there. I use my fingertip to just kind of rub that soap around and just gently tapping it between my fingertips. I'm going to kind of pull out that little section that started to fold in and create a line. And then I'm going to go back to rolling it in the palm of my hand, dipping it in the cold water, rolling it some more, and then we're going to go back to our hot water in those same motions. Rolling it, tossing it in your hand, tossing it back and forth, back into the cold water. And you'll feel like, honestly, this might take forever, but I promise it will start to come together, and you'll be able to feel as the wool starts to bind together more and form into a ball. This part can be a little bit tedious. I like to listen to music or turn my favorite show on. And you're just going to continue to roll it back and forth. And you go from the cold water back to the hot water. And you can see that after about 5 minutes or so, you have this cute little fuzzy ball. And you can see that now I'm able to put a lot of pressure on the wool, and it's all bound together. And the further you get along with the ball, the more pressure you'll be able to apply until you have a lovely little ball that looks like this. Then you'll want to set it aside and let it dry completely. And then I get my acorn tops, and I just grab a few different sizes of the acorn tops and just kind of put the ball in different ones and see which one I like the fit of the best. And I liked how this one looked, and I kind of just hold it up and see if that's the fit that I want. And if it is, I take my glue gun and I put a little dab of glue right on the inside of the acorn, and then I'm going to press the ball firmly up into the glue. And I like to use my fingertips to gently push it up into the acorn cap. And ta-da! You have a very, very cute wool acorn. I think these would be a great way to decorate for Thanksgiving, either on your table or with each place setting at your Thanksgiving table. They're cute in a little jar or a little bowl. I chose some fall coordinating colors. I've seen them done in a lot of fun pastels to match bedrooms or different house decor. I'd love to know in the comments below different ideas that you have to use for these cute little acorns. If you liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do. That would be awesome. You can check out more tutorials at untidyartist.com or on my YouTube channel. I have a lot of great decorating tutorials as well as ornament tutorials coming up for the holidays, so be sure to check those out. And you can also follow me on Instagram. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.